If I could go back to the day we met, I would probably do it all over again. And I would choose not to be your friend. When you ask me, I'll just say I got a man.
17
It wouldn't be
review. And today we're gonna just get into the review. This is episode 5, and as usual I have my book. So this episode, I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit, just a teeny bit weird to me, because a lot of people kind of clashed again. Just basically stuff that I said in my last review came to pass. So this episode, we start off with the girls going to the beach, and they don't really do much at the beach. They're just having fun, and that's about it. And the girls later on go to the bar. I think it was a bar close to the beach. I'm really not sure. But basically, Kiara starts to get mad because she claims that Sayori is an attention whore and she always have different guys around, which I don't understand how or why that bothers her. If that's somebody else's choice, then let it be their choice. Like, it's not your business to call them out. So y'all, Seven and Sayori goes to get their nails done, which I personally thought it was a little bit weird, but I don't know, it's weird. Like, later on in the season we'll see that Seven and Sayori hooks up. So I guess it just takes time to see what's gonna happen, how things are gonna play out, you know. So y'all, as usual, the girls go out to the club again, and yet again Kiara is complaining about Sayori talking to a lot of guys and having them in her section. Now, I have heard a lot of bad girls in the previous seasons complain about a lot of people being in their section when they're the ones that pay for it. So if that was the case, I can kind of understand where she's coming from. But if she's simply just talking about people being in their section, especially if she didn't pay for it, I don't understand what's her complaint. I feel like throughout this whole episode, Kiara literally annoyed me because she complained so much about absolutely nothing. So we're gonna see, you guys, what's gonna happen and how things will play out. And after the club, you guys, I thought there was gonna be a limo fight. So the girls get into the limo, they start to argue as usual, and basically Kiana and Kiara almost got into a fight because I guess they were basically just disrespecting each other. Kiara throws I always get their names mixed up, but Kiara basically throws Kiana's necklace to her, and Kiana got up, grabbed her purse, broke her purse. And I'm just like, what was the point in that argument? Like, I just feel like sometimes Kiara, now I'm starting to see that Kiara literally starts drama for no reason, and I don't really like that about her. It's just like, you're a cool person and I respect certain aspects of your personality, but I'm starting to see how she can become annoying, you know. It's just really sad, y'all. Like, I wish she would just tone it down just a little bit, you know. After they get out the limo, I thought it was just so weird how Sayori and Seven were holding hands. I'm just like, I know you guys agreed to be cool and all, but holding hands, like, I feel like that was just going way too far. Like, I don't know, y'all. These girls are different, so we'll never know what could happen next. So you guys, they get into the house. The replacement picture is up, and the replacement is a girl named Brianna. We're going to talk about her later. But yeah, the picture is up, and everybody's all excited to see the picture, but Kiara is still upset about what happened at the club with Sayori, and she's still upset about what happened in the limo with Kiana. So she comes in snapping and like going off, and everybody's telling her like, hey, the replacement picture is up, and she's just like, I don't care. She's just, you know, snapping as usual. And now I can understand why people will get irritated by her, because just a constant snapping and whining, like, it's starting to really bother me. And I like that Seven actually admitted that Kiara needs to really tone it down, because I think a lot of people is just starting to see that she's always yelling and arguing. But I still don't agree with the whole she's the leader of the house. I still don't see that in her personality, I guess. And so y'all, in the next scene we have the new girl. Her name is Brianna. She's 23. She's from Nevada. And y'all, this new girl is so different. Like, she talks about how she's a gold digger and how she uses men for their money and just a lot of stuff that I didn't really quite understand. Like, she just seems a little bit hoish, to be honest. And yeah, y'all, based on how Sayori is versus how the new girl is, I want to see what Kiara has to say about that, because I feel like you're so like eager to snap on Sayori for bringing guys in and out of anywhere she is, but I want to see what she's gonna have to say about the new girl Brianna, because she's admitting and she's bluntly saying that she is a hoe. So we'll see. So y'all, the new girl comes in at 7:30 a.m., which was very odd. But yeah, y'all, she comes in that early and she starts to throw money on the girls, and I'm just like, what's your point? Like, I just thought it was so dumb and like rude, to be honest, because it was early. Like, some of the girls were kind of like, you know, that's too much, but some of them were okay with it. And y'all, I forgot to mention Fran. She said some stuff about wanting to be the only blonde in the house, but we're going to talk about that later. So Key tells the new girl basically everything. I just thought it was so fake. And then Kiara was talking about somehow she has like a strategy and how she plans on basically trying to get the new girl on her side. But I feel like, being said that you claim to be so real, you don't gain friends by trying to talk about other people. Just like Brianna was saying, like, you're not going to gain my respect if you're literally talking, you know, stuff about them and you're trying to basically reel me in. That's not how you gain friends in the Bad Girls Clubhouse. So I don't understand why Kiara thought it was... I swear, I think this boy just fell off his bike. But that's not how you gain friends. Like, you don't try to steal them away from... It was just weird, y'all. I just don't understand Kiara. I really don't. So y'all, in the next scene we have Seven, what's her name, Shayla and somebody else, Kiara. They're all going to like a fashion show or some type of fashion event for Shayla, who wants to be a fashion designer. Yeah, but did y'all see her shoes? Like, I personally thought they were a lot bit ugly. Like, I just feel like they look so ugly. And I don't mean to, you know what, I mean to say it. Those shoes were ugly. The bra was ugly. The bra was alright, but yeah. So anyways, y'all, in the next scene we have the girls going to the club, and I forgot to mention that the new girl is a stripper. Not that I'm surprised, but yeah, so they go to the club and they're all dancing. People start throwing money at them, I guess. And then Kiara starts to complain about the amount of money that she's getting from the other girls. So I'm just like, okay. But I can get where she's coming from. But you have to remember, Kiara, like, none of these girls like you. You beat up a couple of them. So of course they're not going to like you. And of course they're not going to respect you. So I guess basically Sayori and... I think it was Kiana or Fran. One of them wasn't giving her the right amount of money, so she starts complaining and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, okay, Kiara, like, let it go. Like, so y'all, when she gets home, her and Kiana gets into it. Kiara and Kiana gets into it. And then one thing I hated about Kiara in this particular episode, she continued to bring up Kiara's mom. Like, I just feel like I don't respect people that literally try to bring other people who have nothing to do with the situation in the situation. Why do you have to talk about her mom? I just feel like it was so childish, and like, I just didn't understand why she continued to do that. So y'all, after that took place, we have Sayori and Brianna. They're both talking, and Sayori is basically telling Brianna about how they don't like her and blah blah blah, and Brianna's also chiming in on it and saying, oh, when I first came here They were basically she's talking about Kiara trying to start drama with her and some of the other girls. Sayori also, well, not Sayori, but Brianna also tells Sayori that the girls are trying to get her to not like Fran. And from my standpoint, I feel like Fran, she was kind of acting funny towards Brianna. Like, I don't know if I'm the only one that noticed that, but I feel like she was acting kind of funny towards Brianna. So, I don't know, y'all. We'll see how it plays out because I think, what's her name? Brianna gets into a fight with a couple of people. So we're going to see that in the next episode. And I guess Fran kind of cleared everything up and said that she really didn't say any of what the other girls were saying that she said. This is the part, y'all, that we have all been waiting for. Well, I've been waiting to tell y'all. So basically, the other girls are in the room. I guess they're kind of loud, which I can understand. But Brianna basically says, can you guys keep it down in there? And I'm just like, who do you think you are? Like, I just hate it when people tell other grown people to do stuff. It's just like, if you have a problem with it, just remove yourself and go somewhere else. That's how I feel. I know a lot of people may not feel like that, but that's how I feel. So, I feel like Brianna in this episode, it's like she wanted to start something. She wanted to be in something. Because as we can see, she has already decided, like, hey, I'm going to side with Sayori, Kiana, and Fran. Which is perfectly fine. But just don't come in the house trying to put your business into something. And I remember when she was talking to Sayori, she was saying some stuff like, oh, Seven and Deshayla is Kiara's minions, and I thought it was disrespectful. So long story short, y'all, she gets into the room and she goes into the room and tells them like, hey, can you be quiet? And y'all, I also noticed that the girls switch room, and I didn't really realize that at first. I don't know why. I feel like they just recently did that because as you can see, all of the people who are on one side are in one room and the other people who are on one side is in one room. So basically Seven, Deshayla, and Kiara in one room and the other girls are in another room. So I thought it was a little bit rude of her to tell them to be quiet. But long story short, y'all, she goes in there, talks to them about it. It was a little bit rude. And then she said something like, oh, Kiara, I know that you're running the house, blah, 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 etc. So anyways, you guys, I guess Seven felt some type of way about it, and she went up to the balcony where Brianna and Kiana were, and she basically checks Brianna about it, and she basically says like, hey, I want you to know that nobody's running me, like, don't take my quietness for weakness. I'm glad that Seven kind of checked her, and I'm not saying this as if I have an issue with Brianna, but I just definitely feel like it didn't have to go as far as it did on both ends. But y'all, I think that's the end of the review. That was about it for this review. Sorry if it seemed like my mood was down in this review. I don't know why. I just felt like my mood was down. Let me know what you think about this review. Comments, let me know how you feel about this episode. And yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later in my next video.
Coming, but I wish you well though. That's all I could tell you.